All right, everybody, welcome back to another podcast episode. I'm your host, TA Tech, on another episode of TA Tech News Weekly with Benji from Benobi Tech. What up, man?
What is up?
How are you? How are you? I feel
Good.
like, man, I think this podcast should be just me and you again because honestly, trying to find other guests and stuff, it's so hard. Uh,
At this point, we might as well. Yeah.
Man. Uh, but how you been? What's been going on?
I just literally before this recording this, I recorded I must have been like 10 or 12 videos or something. So if my voice
Ooh,
sounds a little
Benji's around.
off, I recorded a bunch of it. Literally spent all day yesterday planning, researching and scripting, and then today I spent basically the whole day or like half the day as soon as it got dark, so then there wasn't any light coming in through the window. As soon as it got dark at like 4, just
Oh wow.
recorded videos the whole day. And probably tomorrow's gonna be a full day of editing. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I hear you. I
if
hear
I
you.
can get kind of like a workflow like that
That
going on, I think consistency is gonna be great.
that was supposed to be me today. Just getting content done. But then my head was just like, nope, you're not doing it.
Yeah, stuff
Lucky
happens.
enough, we're here right now. So, um,
Oh, an exciting
uh,
thing that did happen today. Keep you just finish what you were saying.
yeah.
Sorry. Um,
No. Go ahead.
So I got an Android phone, another one.
Uh, uh,
I've so
Damn. Okay.
wait, let me grab all. So, because I'm on TikTok and like that's where I mostly do my content, I'm starting to get
Yeah.
companies that have their own TikTok shop stores, and so I've
Okay.
got 3 random Android phones
What?
just sent to me. So I have this like
Okay.
weird Wiko brand. It's like a French company. This phone I've had
Yes,
for
I've
like a
heard.
month. Made a video about this one already.
That's
And then I've got
awesome.
the Galaxy A03E, I think it is, or A05E, something like that. It
Oh, okay.
sucks, but it's a Samsung phone. It's got face unlock and everything. And then I've got this, which is the ZTE Blade
Bro,
54 A54. And this one actually
the
looks
ZTE
nice.
was
This one
dead.
is
Damn.
I did as well. And then this came out last year apparently. But yeah, it's actually
Wow. Okay.
really this one's decent. Out of the 3 budget Androids I've got, this is the top. I mean, the back looks really
Ooh.
cool. It's made out of plastic, but it's got a
Oh,
fingerprint
okay.
sensor on the side, which is pretty fast.
No
Um,
kidding. Wow.
it has like 4 gigs of RAM and it uses memory swap as well. The cameras suck, unfortunately. And it says it
I
has
was
2, but
gonna
realistically it
ask.
only has 1. But
Oh gosh.
hey,
Oh gosh.
looks
I don't.
looks
I
okay.
hate those phones. It's like, oh, double camera. Nope. One. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the other one might be like some sort of depth
Bruh.
sensor. It says it's a super AI camera, but the thing is, like the pictures I've taken from this are there's leave much to be desired. Like here's here's a selfie I took earlier. Like what the heck?
What the is that,
Compared to
man?
my
Wow.
iPhone, this is not that is not it. And
Yeah.
then that has got way too much light in it, and it's just and also this thing tracks fingerprints like crazy. Like look at that. It's disgusting.
Wow. Yeah.
It's because it's a plastic screen, but
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, it's cool. I might feature it in
Bruh, I
some
mean,
video.
hey.
At this point, I might as well make a video on like budget Android phones and why you
Can
shouldn't
I
buy
get
them because
can, can I give you an idea? Uh
yeah, go ahead.
Record your next clips, your next shorts with those phones. Say nothing and see what people say.
I'd rather not, but that's an interesting idea though. And
Say
then
nothing.
you if I use the audio from these phones, I'm losing viewers,
Oh
losing
Jesus.
followers. They're like, what the heck are you doing?
Nah, man. Wow. Speaking about Android phones, though,
Oh yeah, perfect segue.
we just had the S24 lineup that we spoke about last podcast, and now we're going into OnePlus. I really haven't seen much of it. I tried to do some research and stuff, but
I
I
could pull
know
up
you've seen
I
it.
could pull up screen
Yeah,
sharing if you want.
yeah, definitely. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, and I know you've seen a little bit more. What are your thoughts? And is this uh a good phone for people in 2024?
So from what I've seen, I mean, I've seen a couple of videos, and I've seen a bunch of people talk about it on X as well.
Yeah,
It looks like a really good phone. Like I think OnePlus is finally starting to kind of find its own identity again because they had
I
a whole
definitely
weird
agree.
phase. I think since probably the OnePlus 8 and 9, where they kind of and afterwards, where they've kind of been a bit weird. Like they've gone way too Oppo. They've raised the prices astronomically high. But this year with the OnePlus 12 and 12R, I think they've really done something. So let me share my screen here real quick. Um, so then everybody can see what we're talking about. So they released the OnePlus 12 and the 12R. The 12R is supposed to be kind of like the budget version. So with the 12, it comes in these cool this like cool marble green finish, which
Ooh,
I've seen in videos and
yes,
it looks actually pretty nice.
yes.
And then there's of course silky black. It has like a unusually weird looking camera module, and we'll talk more about the cameras later because the cameras are,
E-
I think, probably the most disappointing part about the phone.
Ooh,
Um, but it's got like a really good display. It still has a bit of a chin, which sucks. But I mean, what can you do? I think we're
I,
kind of used to it at this point.
I gotta give it to them though. That design in the back kind of looks pretty cool.
Definitely unique,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm not sure about the circular camera module. But I mean, overall, it does look pretty decent.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think it does give them a little bit of like their signature kind of thing.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I don't
definitely that,
think
definitely
maybe
that.
Oppo uses a similar camera system or camera layout rather. Um,
Yeah.
so but um but yeah. Um, so you can pre-order it right now. It has oh yeah, it's got like the brightest display in any smartphone right
Ooh.
now, beating
Okay.
the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So you've got 4500 nits of peak brightness.
Oh
Um,
shoot. Okay.
it's got a really nice Quad HD plus display, 120 hertz Pro XDR with LTPO. And then you've got Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, so I don't think it's the latest Gorilla Glass. And then you've got Oxygen OS 14.0, which is based on Android 14, Qualcomm 8 Gen 3, which is, of course, the
Mhm.
latest Snapdragon, which is really good. A 5400 milliamp hour battery, which is 400 milliamp hours larger than the Galaxy S24 Ultra.
Yeah,
Um,
that is awesome.
you get 80 watts. Ignore what the name says. It's basically fast wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging. So
Oh wow.
OnePlus has been a company that hasn't really done wireless charging that much.
Yeah,
I think they have
yeah.
done it here and there, on and off, but 50-watt wireless charging, that's twice as fast. For reference, that's twice as fast as wired charging on an iPhone.
That's
Like
crazy.
that's crazy. It's insane. Um, which means wireless. Like if you get a MagSafe case with this, sheesh, you just need to get
Bruh.
a MagSafe puck that will charge 50 watts. Because that's the
Yeah.
minor detail. But yeah, cameras are decent. I mean, specs wise, I have no idea what these specs really mean, but basically, in the camera tests that I've seen and stuff, in the Mr. Who's the Boss video I watched, like the cameras are good-ish. Like they're good enough, I think, at this price point, but they're still not amazing. Like OnePlus has never really been known for having the best cameras, just because they've always been known as kind of
Yeah.
like the budget phone brand.
Yeah.
But you can record 8K video, which is interesting. I just found out about that now. And then you can do 4K at 30, 4K 60. They've got their own ultra steady video as well, which is basically knockoff of action mode, or maybe action mode is a knockoff of that. And you've got front facing camera with 32 megapixels as well. Actually, maybe megapixel count for the, so you've got wide camera, which is 50 megapixels. You've got 64 megapixel periscope telephoto, which is interesting, and a 48 megapixel ultra wide. So you're getting 48 megapixels at least on all three cameras at the back, which is nice. Which means you can take some pretty good raw photos with this if the camera was actually that great, but apparently it's not. So, and then the front camera pretty decent, except for some reason the front camera can only do. Wait, why does it say 1080p 30 and 40 video at FPS? What FPS? Anyway, but yeah, you get 5G, you get Wi-Fi 7, which is nice. Bluetooth 5.4. You get in-display fingerprint scanner. You get all the other cool stuff. USB-C. Yeah, and you also get the slider. That's something that I've always loved about OnePlus is that they've always stuck, just like with Apple, sticking with the oh, the screen's gone black there. Like with the ringer switch, OnePlus is now, like, OnePlus is keeping their version of the ringer switch, which, in my opinion, works better than the iPhone's mute switch. I'm just gonna leave it there because it has an extra function. It doesn't just do two things. You can mute like sound and vibration, or you could just put it on vibrate, which I think is pretty sick.
That's
pretty
cool.
legit. But yeah, so that's the regular OnePlus 12. I mean, it's a flagship, and also, do you know how much this costs? Do you know what the price is?
I heard it's very low. I don't know how low.
$800.
No, are you kidding me?
I know, it's crazy, and
Dude,
you can get 60,
what?
This is for the 16 gigabyte of RAM version as well. I mean, it's on offer right now, so I don't know how long this offer will last. But even if you get the 12 gigs of RAM with 256 gigs of storage, that's 800. But like they've got this offer right now for like that. That's incredibly good for flat. This is literally a flagship, like top of the range. Like, of course, cameras kind of suck, but top of the range,
Dude,
like
come on.
OnePlus.
You can't. Oh my god.
I think OnePlus is back. Like, honestly,
Bruh.
OnePlus 12R is going to be interesting. We'll talk about that in a second because I think the 12R, considering it's like a lower end version, actually the bottom bezel looks thinner, but yeah, OnePlus 12, absolutely incredible value. And also, if you wait a couple months, you'll be able to get this for even cheaper.
Yeah,
which is crazy. So, because it's an Android phone, and Android phones depreciate, as we all know. But I mean, it looks great. I think it's a great looking phone. I mean, you've got those rounded corners, which makes it easy to hold and all that.
But talk about that
I'm honestly really
bump.
impressed with this. Yeah, the camera bump looks, and then they also brag about partnering with Hasselblad.
Go back to that
this
the
page?
one that you can see the phones on the top. That the third one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Looks interesting. No, I think the good thing about it though is because it takes up most of the phone, it won't rock on a table as much. It's kind of like the Pixel. Like, something I really like about the Pixel phones is that the camera bar is like goes across the whole phone. So when you put it on a table, it's not going all weird like the iPhone. That's something I find so annoying about the iPhone, honestly.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty thick, but they went smart about it, and I really appreciate them for it. I really do. And I kind of want to see that in other manufacturers. I really want to see that in other Androids, and I mean, especially iPhone.
Oh wow, Taylor, you could trade in any device for $100. You can literally trade in your Pixel,
Right, yeah.
and they'll give you $100. That's cool.
Maybe I will. Shoot. Nah,
Wait, so does how many phones can
nah,
it
I
trade
would go
in
for another
for one?
Pixel. I've made my decision. If I am to get any Android, it's gonna be a Pixel.
Yeah, I think like
Um,
I would have said the same thing
right.
until this new OnePlus came out because I've used the OnePlus 3T back in the day. It was one of the I think
Yeah,
it's
I
one of the
remember
best
that.
Androids I've ever tried. Like everything about it was awesome. Like
Yeah,
of course the camera could have been a little bit better, but it was a great
right,
device. And even though it was like
right,
I think 2 years old at the time, it was still outstanding, honestly. Um,
bro.
they give you bonuses if you give. Interesting.
What?
Oh wow, they'll give me $670 for my iPhone 14 Pro.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Benji's
nice
going
one.
OnePlus.
660.
Damn,
Yo,
okay.
since I'm going back to the US in a couple months, I might actually trade in. Who knows?
Shoot.
Yeah, well, I'll have to answer these questions later. But no, that's pretty good trade in value actually. Like considering you can sell your 14 Pro for around the same price, like for
That's crazy.
$700.
That's
And
crazy.
considering they'll give you almost the same amount, like that's you don't see Apple doing that.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. That is
That's
insane.
crazy. I can't believe that. That's mad. Anyway, any
Wow.
last comments before we move on to the 12R?
No, I think that was pretty
Right.
much it.
So the 12R.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, so the OnePlus 12R, I haven't seen any videos on this yet, mainly because like the big reviewers that I've seen, like I watched Mr. Who's the Boss's video on the. I actually started watching a lot more of his videos, and they're really good.
They're
Like
amazing, dude.
I
Like
think
I've
I think he might be one of my new favorite tech YouTubers, just because it's like he has like his videos have that kind of Mr. Beast vibe to it, where they're like fast paced and
yes,
everything, but at the same
yes.
time being so informative. I'd say probably more so informative sometimes than Marquez's videos, even though Marquez
Who
is still my favorite, but
whoever
Aaron is
edits
super
those
good.
videos though, whoever edits those videos though, props to you. Like
Oh yeah,
honestly,
I'm
the
sure he's
edits
got
in
so
those
many people
videos was
working
just
on them.
like
Yeah,
I
it's
wish I
crazy.
could pull that off. Maybe one day,
Yeah.
but not today.
I think also he benefits from the fact that he has a whole team that helps him with
Oh
it. So
yeah, for
he's
sure.
not
Oh
alone.
yeah, for sure.
But I think the
For
craziest part of
sure.
it all is that he's doing it all in his house. Like he lives with his
That's
parents as well.
bruh.
And that's just crazy. But anyway,
Wait, seriously?
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he owns the house and his parents just live with him. I think that's just kind of like their culture because I know there are some
Oh,
countries
I,
like in Mexico, like Mexicans for example, they sometimes the son would move out, buy a house and stuff, and then the parents would move in with them when they
I
got a
mean,
little bit older.
I mean, it makes sense, but
I mean, there's
interesting.
less bills to pay in that way, but anyway,
Oh yeah, for
um,
sure.
you don't have to
That's
pay
for
for
sure.
2 mortgages and stuff, that's for sure. So
Bruh, let's not even go there. But things are so expensive nowadays.
oh, yeah. OnePlus 10R it kind of makes you, think, like, maybe Andrew Tate was right when he said that everybody like, if you have a family, you should live with your siblings and stuff, so then you spread the cost of everything. And
Oh yeah,
if you wanna buy
oh yeah.
something nice, like a nice car, you can say, "Yo, bro, let's split it." And then you can buy something more expensive without spending
I'll
more.
pay, I'll pay you
Good.
back, and then never pay back.
Or that. Be that
Whoops.
guy. Anyway, back to OnePlus. So the 12R, I don't understand the naming behind this, but anyway, 12R. So it comes in the same well, it's iron gray. It's kind of like black. Cool blue. This looks pretty
Okay.
cool. No
Yeah,
pun
that
intended.
cool blue. That's pretty cool.
It looks kind of like an ice. I mean, that like, you kind of get that from that.
I
Kind
just
of like an icy look to it.
yeah.
Right. So we've got 6.7-inch display, 6.78 inch. It's got,
Mhm.
I don't know what this is, almost quad HD. It's higher than 1080p. This is higher resolution than the iPhone, I think. Screen to body ratio 94.2%, which is pretty good. So it's got dynamic 120 hertz, so it goes from 1 to it's basically almost LTPO, I guess.
Ooh,
So it'll preserve battery and
okay.
stuff. Yeah, LTPO. Yeah, LTPO 4.0. And then we've
Shoot.
got what other stuff? Okay, so you've got Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. That's a flagship. That's last year's flagship processor. That's impressive. 5500 milliamp hour batteries. It's even bigger, but you don't get
Yeah.
wireless charging with this. You only get the fast wired charging, which I mean, I guess is fine. Oh, also
Yeah.
something to mention: OnePlus still ships the charging brick in the box. I'm thinking about it right now. People who keep calling us Apple fanboys should come and watch this podcast right now and be like, "Wait, Benji and
Seriously.
Taylor aren't Apple fanboys. What? They're OnePlus fanboys. What are these? Or Pixel fanboys?" Anyway,
Bruh.
you get 3 cameras. Actually, that third one is kind of that. So you get 50 megapixel main, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 2 megapixel macro. So yeah, don't buy this for the cameras unless you're only going to use the main one. So that sucks. Um, you get 4K 30 and 60 frames a second. But I'm guessing you can only do that on the main lens though, because the other two are basically incapable of doing so. And
Right.
then you've got front camera 16 megapixels, so that's pretty good. But you can only record
That's
1080p.
bruh.
Interesting. Um,
Mic
I'd never
drop.
get Android phones. Like, what the heck? 1080p.
Bruh.
You're clearly capable of doing 4K. You just don't want to do it. It has steady mode as well. So interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
We've
crazy.
also got so I'm pretty sure that's 5G. A Wi-Fi 7. Okay. Future proof. Bluetooth 5.3. USB 2.0 instead of 3.0, but I guess what can you do? Nobody's gonna care anyway. Um,
Right.
and yeah, that's about that. The price of the 12R, $500. I mean, you can't really argue with that.
Ooh,
You
no.
get 8
Not at
gigabytes
all.
of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, or 600. Um, I mean, I think if you don't really necessarily need the cameras, or like if you're okay with just realistically just using that main sensor, I think this one's a pretty good deal as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude, for sure.
Good
Honestly,
option.
I mean, I don't want to say it's better than the other one, but
I mean, yeah, I think if you need something, if you don't want
and
to spend the extra couple $100, then this is good. But I mean,
yeah.
I think a lot of people who are going to wait, where's that's a pre-order page. What was I gonna say? But I think a lot of people who are gonna be buying this phone have an older phone anyway, so they're probably gonna
Yeah.
trade it in. So if you
Oh
have
yeah.
something like maybe if you're switching from an iPhone, for example, let's say you have an iPhone 12, they'll give you like
Right.
maybe 400 or $500 for it. Um,
Right. Right.
considering they give you pretty good deals. You can even trade in a smartwatch.
Dude.
That's interesting. Let's see how much they give me for. Oh, they give you $270 for an Apple Watch Series 8 stainless steel Hermes.
Okay. Wow, they have some pretty good deals on that. Like,
I mean, yeah, giving you $240 for a Series 7 aluminum, like cellular, but still, or
bruh,
230. That's a good deal. I think they may be doing
dude.
this just for a limited time only, these trade-ins,
Probably.
or I don't know if they include a like a carrier trade-in something, or I don't know. But it's pretty good.
Wow.
Also, if you wanted to buy add-ons, so if you want to get like OnePlus Buds and like the tablet, you get 40% off if you add stuff.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
Not bad at all.
I mean, honestly, like
Go back
these
to shipping. Go back
go back to the what?
down to where it said the delivery. Tuesday.
You get it.
Wow.
Yeah. So there, you pre-order it now and it'll arrive in mid-February, basically. I
Yeah.
mean, both of these phones I think are good. I think the only problem with the 12R is the cameras. Like I think for this price,
Yeah.
for $500, you could get a Pixel 8, I think.
Yes. Yes.
Like the Pixel 8, yes,
Definitely.
it's like if you look at the price right now, yes, it's expensive, but you can find it for like
Oh
$550.
yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and it'll have maybe it does, I don't think it has 8 gigs of RAM. I could be wrong on that one though. Just don't want to get roasted for it. You also get 128 gig. You get great cameras on that. You get a Tensor G3, which I mean, say what you want about Google Tensor chips, but they're good
Mm.
enough, I think, in my
Oh yeah,
experience. So I
for
mean,
sure,
yeah, it's some pretty good stuff. I
bro.
would like if I wasn't so tied to my iPhone, I probably would go for a OnePlus 12 right now. I mean, 800 bucks,
I keep
half a
saying that
terabyte
I
of
would.
storage. Like, sheesh.
How long have I said that I was gonna go to Pixel and never like really invested in it? And
Yeah, I mean,
but I
I've
have
used Pixel
said,
before, and Pixels are great. I think if you're going from an iPhone, um,
oh
like I
yeah,
think
for sure.
they're probably one of the
And,
best options.
and honestly, and honestly, hang on, I'm gonna mute my other phone here. There you
Yeah, you were saying. I can't remember what we were talking about.
go. And honestly, like I think I think Pixel like it going from an iPhone to a Pixel, I think is the easiest transition. They're both really great devices and easy to learn. I think the software is not too complicated. Um, and I mean the cameras. I mean, I still have the Pixel 4, as you guys know, and like, bruh, I'm completely blown away with the cameras and everything. Especially the wireless charging. I know that you had mentioned that it had it before, but I've always charged it with a wire. I charged it once in Portugal with the wireless charger by accident. I had just set it down for like 2 seconds and I just hear and I'm like, I completely forgot it. Wow.
Uh,
And it's just awesome to see this like older technology um advance like this. um I really can't wait to see the future.
yeah, I think like there's a lot of Android companies out there that are starting to do good stuff. Like I think I'll give credit where credit is due.
Oh
I think
yeah.
Samsung is also doing a pretty good job with their S24 Ultra this year, where they basically just give
Oh
you
yeah,
everything. Like they lay everything
I
on the table. It's expensive,
listen,
but hey,
as a person that doesn't really care for Samsung, they no listen, they did pretty good. There's features on there that Google doesn't even have, like that circle to search thing. Bro,
yeah,
what?
Google just
Why?
brought that over.
And honestly, like I would even love that on iPhone. Why can't you just implement it into like Google or whatever? And like, why does it have to be locked onto one device? You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, the circle to
I,
search is
I
coming to the Pixel. They announced it, I think, yesterday.
oh, I didn't
Because
know that.
that's a Google feature. But no, there are
Right.
some features like the call translate feature that's exclusive to the Galaxy
Yes.
and stuff. So I think it would be interesting. I tweeted about this the other day. I think it would be interesting to see Google and Samsung actually like partner together and make a phone
Yeah.
together. Because
Yeah.
Samsung's really, really good at hardware right now. Like I think they are probably the best hardware wise on the market. They've got fantastic displays. They've got great well, of course, there are some things that they can improve on, like the charging speeds and stuff. But I think if they, or even imagine like OnePlus joins them or Oppo or whatever company, and then they make like an super ultra phone that has super fast charging, both wirelessly and thingy, um, wired. You get Snapdragon top of the line chip. You get Android built together with all of that in mind as well. I think like throw stock Android onto that. I think that would be a phone
Yeah,
that would
that's
sell and also give it a good price, like a competitive
right.
price, not $1,300, maybe like 1,200 ish. No, I
Yeah,
think they could create a super phone like Google and Samsung together.
yeah,
Because it
I
kind of looked
agree.
like at some point it looked like Samsung was kind of moving away from Android a little bit, like with their own software and skins and stuff. And then they had Tizen
Yeah,
for a while. And then now they're going to the opposite direction where they're relying on Google for a lot of things. Like, I think it would be
yeah,
cool to see Samsung go back to creating their own OS and their own app store and stuff. I mean, they already have their own app store, but like go and like create something themselves instead of having to rely on
yeah,
Android for a lot of stuff, like the infrastructure and
yeah,
everything. Um, I think it would be nice if they did that, but also at the same time, like Google's over here, they're trying their best with their hardware. Like their hardware still isn't insanely good.
and
Like their hardware could use
yeah,
some work, but it's still,
and even
if they merge
and
together, like I think it would be crazy.
yeah, and even Apple, like I feel like they could do a lot more in terms of their software, um, customization and stuff like that. I think make it a little bit more fun, add some skins, add some, oomph into uh, you know, uh customization. I think that it would be a really good touch. In terms of marketing too, like honestly, if people see that iPhone is now doing this, a lot more people would probably go to iPhone. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. What you think they'll
I
ever like concentrate more on customization and whatever else like
well,
other
I
Androids
think
do, or
I don't know, probably not to the same extent. I think it would be cool if they like allowed you to have your own custom icons. But I was thinking about this earlier today actually, or like I think it was yesterday. I was having a back and forth with BMac on X, and he was talking about
oh
how like themes and stuff on Android, and we're kind of talking about how the thing I don't like about theming my device normally when I have an Android is that it doesn't theme all of the icons, but then there are
yeah,
some that have kind of like substitute icons that still make it look like it's a similar thing, like a similar
right,
icon to the rest of the pack, but it's not. It's just
right,
like a letter or an image or something. So I think something that Apple could do, since they want to like take a little bit more um of a like an AI based direction with iOS this year, I think it would be cool to see them allow you to have custom icons, but using the power of AI, you tell it, I want this icon, these icons to look like this, and then it generates an icon pack for you. I think that would be legit.
for
That would be sick.
for sure,
Um,
yeah, that would,
or you get or you get a developer to design a number of different icons, and then using AI, you just take all those icons and just basically take all the other icons you have on your phone and theme them as well. Like I think there's
yeah,
a lot of potential with that with the on in the customization aspect. I don't know if Apple will do it. I think probably some Android phone will do it first. Like I mean, we've seen it with
right.
Google and Samsung with the AI generated wallpapers, which are pretty sick. Like I tried it on the Pixel 8 and it was something really interesting, really cool. Um, so I mean, we'll see. I hope Apple does give us a little bit more customization. I mean, they're now allowing you to sideload in the US, regardless of it being a bit of a pain for developers and them having to pay a bunch of money to even be able to do it. But
Yeah.
they've done it, so you can't complain now.
That's honestly shocking to me.
Yeah, the
That's
whole way
honestly shocking to
I'm
me.
really confused. I'm even confused as to how side loading is even working right now on iPhone. Like there's so much information that came out over the past 48 hours. It's been hard to keep up with.
Yeah,
See exactly what does this mean exactly for me as a user?
we can't keep up with everything. It's like, bruh,
Yeah, no, yeah, this month has been
one,
crazy for tech and stuff
yeah,
like
it really has. It really
Galaxy
has.
phones, Pixel 9 renders and all crazy
Dude,
stuff.
I want to talk about that in the next episode, but
Pixel
wow.
9. I just
Wow.
recorded a video about it,
Ooh. All
so I'll be
right.
posting that one probably tomorrow.
Awesome. Can't wait to see that. Well, thank you, Benji, for coming on and talking a little bit about the OnePlus. Let us know in the comment section down below what you guys' thoughts are, and if you have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comments as well. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Subscribe to our channels on YouTube. Links will be down in the description, as well as everything we discussed today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. I think it's a little shorter than last time. I'm not really sure. But this has been TA Tech News Weekly, and we'll see you guys next week.